Spring in the plains is never predictable. Last week we went from temperatures in the 70s to a cold rain down in the 30s before it warmed up enough for us to finish the frames on our raised garden beds. However, winter wanted to give us one more reminder of its beauty. Well, I thought for spring break we wouldn't be dealing with snow, but here we are checking the panels. They are covered. So I'll go ahead and get the pole ready and set up and get those cleaned off. We got a little bit enough light coming in. You can see the sun. We'll get enough light to charge the batteries even though it's cloudy. It's been cloudy the last few days. And as long as it's bright like this, it's completely overcast, but we'll get up to 100%. Instead of getting to 100% charge by like 10:30, it may take us to about 3 o'clock in the afternoon before we get fully charged. But thought I'd have to run a generator today. I don't think that's going to happen now. So go ahead and get my poles set up, get those cleaned off. Well, we'll see what that'll do. Of course, I can't get clear up to the top of the panels. So I get almost those lower arrays completely cleared off. They're on the left side. It's kind of hard because they got dug out for we're going to put the concrete in. For the little addition over there we plan on doing this spring. And it's a little bit lower, so I can't get up quite as high. But if you look up there on the roof, right by the cupolas, there's some drifts up there. They look like they're about a foot deep. So we're going to get a lot of water off that when it melts tomorrow. When I get the porch and everything built, hopefully this springtime, get the concrete done first, and then we want to have a kind of like a covered area coming all the way down along the side over that door there, and it's going to stop at the garage door, and then that way the generator will be covered up. But then I can also get on top of that roof. It's going to be fairly flat, and that'll make it a lot easier to get those panels cleared off. One thing I noticed when I came outside is we have that radiant heat, and I have a line that runs 6 inches off the edge of the slab. So you can see how no snow is getting up next to the house there. It's not super hot or anything like that, but it definitely keeps the snow down. I bet if I put the laser gun on there, laser temperature gun, it would definitely be above freezing. Yeah, I can feel it. It's down here. You can feel it's cold in the footer, and that's definitely warm. So that radiant heat's been doing pretty good. It's definitely something to get used to. We've discovered that when you turn the heat on, it heats up the slab. It takes it several hours to get the slab heated up, and then it will turn off, and that slab will continue to radiate heat for hours. So the difficulty we've had with it is that we have a cold night, but then sun comes out and we have like even a 40 degree, 50 degree sunny day, and it'll get to 80 degrees in that lower level. Now, Bull Bear. How's doing, baby, out playing in the snow? Did you have a good time? Yeah. So anyways, we've had troubles trying to really pin down how to get the radiant floors to work the way we want them to, because once they're hot, they'll be hot all day long, and it takes a long time for them to cool down. And then the flip side to that is we have a day where it's 50, 60 degrees, whatever, even 40 degrees. This house, if it's 40 degrees, you'll be warm inside, especially when it's sunny. But anyways, then it gets cold at night and the radiant heat's been off all day. Then it will take it hours before you start to feel that heat in the slab build up. So although it's been great, it's nice to walk across warm floors. You know, we're not in a climate where it's consistently cold, you know, all winter long. We have warm days and we have really cold days and we have really cold days, and then the next day it'll be 70 degrees. It's constantly bouncing around. So haven't quite figured that one out yet, but it's been working. You know, it's been nice and warm in the house. The pellet stove has really been doing good. It's like on a day like today, we'll have the pellet stove running all day long. And that's just the, was it a KP 130 King pellet stove that we got from Tractor Supply last year. It's been 2 years now. This is the second winter, and it's running right now. It'll run all day long, only pushing maybe 200 watts max. If I don't even know if it pushes that much, and it keeps you upstairs, you know, right around probably 70 degrees or so. So it's nice. Well, the snow has melted fast today. Started about 4 inches. I think we're down to about 2 right now. You can see behind me, panels got cleared off, got charged up to 100%. Get this garden going here again pretty soon. The girls walked in here and said they slipped and fell around their butts. They was like, that plastic is slippery. So this is melting off pretty nice. So hopefully get back to working on that here pretty soon. I've gone a little walk. I finished up the bird cage, and girls went down and got some sticks to put inside there, and I'm going to go down and get a few more and put the animals away. That'll be it for the day. It is 10 degrees this morning. At least the sun's going to come out today though, so I got the heat pump already running inside the house. But I got woken up this morning to our baby chickens hatching. I kept hearing this noise, and I thought maybe Valerie had gotten up and was playing her music or something. I was going to get up and tell her to go back to bed because it's only like 5:30. But nope, chickens were peeping. So we got 2 of them hatching now. I think we have 20 eggs, maybe something like that. Only 2 of the ones we put in there ended up not being viable. So over the next several days we'll be hatching out some chickens. So I got to get down to the barn because the girls did not get their one of those stock tanks emptied out to use as the brooder. So I'll get that taken care of. So notice on here, this one sits on the ground and it never freezes quite all the way through, like that one being up in the air. Definitely freezes a lot harder, which makes sense because it's not getting the warmth from the ground. But we have that raised up so we can use that little hose bib there to water. You should be wearing gloves. It's 10 degrees out, goofball.
You're not wearing gloves. Oh.
I am wearing gloves. And I have like 3 layers on. How many layers you have on?
2.
And no hat? Jeez.
And no hat.
Like you were raised in a barn.
Kind of. We are done with the incubation process for this round. We ended up with 19 chicks. We had a few that just stopped developing early on or didn't develop at all, and then we had 3 that stopped developing, what do you think, maybe a week or 2 ago, so they didn't really finish. And then we did have 1 that did hatch, but it was really lethargic and it didn't live very long. But we ended up with 19, which is a great success for this year. So we've got a great mix. Sydney's gonna grab the one that Tim and I taped the feet on, and you can see him moving around, or her moving around real well. So let's take her out. So she was able, can you hold her up in front of the camera? She was able to get one of her little boots off, if you can see. that little foot is all spread out, so that's good. And this one, we're going to go ahead and take her tape off, and hopefully it will stay in one spot. I did go ahead, we didn't record this, but I did go ahead and retape this one the next day because I didn't have her toes spread out quite enough. So let me get that off. Okay, let's see, are they curling in? Hang on, baby, turn your hand this way. Look, yeah, look how far they're spreading. That's a good sign because they were just all curled in. So, all right, go ahead and put her down. Actually, let's check her wing. So for females, they're supposed to have 2 layers. Let's hold it up. So do you see how this little guy has 2 layers of feathers? There's one there, and then there's one there. That is supposed to be a female at this stage. And what is it? Between what, 2 to 5 days, I believe, is when you check. So we're going to just check them all through. So what did we end up with? I think we have quite a few females. How many males do we have?
3.
3 males and what, 3 unknown?
Yeah.
So that leaves us with 13 females, and then we'll wait a couple days to identify those other 3.
Yeah.
Alrighty, done with this part. Yeah.
You went farther. See you later.
Go! I think I went farther!
Stop fucking laughing.
I think we hit something. All right?
I think it's your brain cavity.